no more.
I'm not saying Spo even went to bat for Tatum.
Somebody should.
I'm just saying who set the lineup. Ultimately, who set the lineup?
The whole coaching staff.
No,
did.
the head coach ultimately set the lineup.
We would assume.
Okay.
Kerr.
Yes, let's not pretzel this. Let's not pretzel this situation into something that's not. Ultimately, Steve Kerr would have the final say. He's the head coach of the team.
But he got input from his.
Of course, he probably did.
So,
but,
to your point,
but
is that just on Steve, or is that on the whole coaching staff?
But the buck stops with Steve. That's the whole point. Welcome to the 3 in the Paint podcast. Jeremiah Solomon, Leo Biaz across from me, and I guess triangularly situated is Mark Haynes.
We are back
on the edge of the table. We are back, gentlemen.
He was first here today. So.
Yeah, I mean,
hey,
that's right.
Yeah,
let's
that's wild.
Yeah, to him.
Mark Haynes
hey,
on
new
time.
man,
right.
new season, new man.
He talks to Paul George once in Fresno.
Oh man, now he's a whole new man.
Whole new man.
He talked to me about time, and he was like, "You want to be on time?" So I was like, "You know what? I'm going to
Fresno's finest, Paul
right
George,
now.
man.
You know what was on time is like Paul George and his contract and his age. Everything was like the stars on that thing were
Perfect. It just
who
aligned.
Who else is
It's
getting
just
contracts at that age, right? Like who
That's
else?
a crazy.
Everything was like perfect. Sixers had cap space. He was still playing well. Like we'll see how.
Philly.
Shout out to Philly.
Shout out to Fresno. Bunch of my
Shout out
family's
to
from Fresno.
Yeah, that's what I'm wearing. My alma mater, Edison Tigers. Shout out to my boy Johnny Sears out of my class. He's the varsity football coach over there. Can't wait to see y'all play.
Real quick about Paul George, though. I don't know if you saw the clip on his show that what's the center's name from the Thunder's name, the tall rookie from last year. Chet asked him, "Hey, who's taking the last shot? You or Joel?"
Hilarious.
I'm trying to already mess y'all chemistry up, and he's like, "That's a Nick Nurse question."
Hilarious.
So he's like, "Oh, okay." Yeah. So he's not saying Joel. He's saying that's a Nick Nurse. If it's my turn, it's my turn. Type
He's
of
trying
thing.
to add into the chemistry thing right
now.
Yeah, I mean that's a crazy situation. Did you play any sports growing up? Like
of course.
football star, bro.
Well, he's got the football shirt on, so I'm curious.
3 years varsity.
You played 3 years varsity football?
Would have been 4, but I was too young. But 3 years varsity football. I played baseball. Played basketball.
Okay.
Up until the 8th grade.
What were you best at?
Baseball.
Really? Okay.
But I succeeded more in football. Just because I wanted to.
You got
I
offers in high school.
In football, I got a gray shirt offer from, and they don't have gray shirts anymore. I don't believe.
No, they do. They do.
Still got gray
red shirts and gray shirts. Yeah, my brother
I had
was a gray shirt
offer from New Mexico State, but that was about it. My grades wasn't where they should have been. Or
So you're a defensive stalwart.
Stalwart, but yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm just learning my words.
I was like
today,
Dante Stallworth.
Dante
from Sacramento.
Yeah, Sacramento, probably right there.
I feel like I'm like a teacher's assistant on this show. I'm just like
That is good.
Me and Mark
We just
are
butcher up
always
stuff.
I think Mark does it on purpose. He does do it. He says, Antetokounmpo wrong.
Sometimes.
Yeah, he does that all on purpose.
Sometimes.
Leo's got no excuses, but we've got a great slate today on the 3 in the Paint show. Thank you for joining us, by the way. The off-season edition. We'll have a couple more here in the off-season. Get ready for basketball coming up in October. NBA schedule was released this last week, so that's going to be great. The season starts late October. Well, yeah, basically late October. Kings start their season at home this year against the Timberwolves. That's going to be
first time ever.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. But then they immediately go on the road, and they have 16 back-to-backs, the most in the NBA. So the NBA really showing the Kings some love on the road trip side of things this year and the back-to-back.
They
side
said,
of
"Yeah, I
things.
got DeMar DeRozan." Okay, here's your challenge.
I just don't know how the NBA justifies that as fair. Like clearly
they got DeMar DeRozan.
Clearly back-to-backs put a team at a disadvantage. So how can one have 8 and one have 16? Like
Crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's definitely like foot on the scales level. And I get it. You're in the West Coast. You're one of the furthest West Coast teams, so you have the travel involved. But like, come on, man.
Capital of
16?
California.
No respect.
Yeah, I don't get how this is fair. But anyways, we'll see. I mean, maybe the Kings will rise to the occasion. They're still a relatively young team.
Hey,
but
that Buzz left. No, it's still there. Never mind.
What?
My bad, y'all. The Buzz. I
Buzz
couldn't hear
Lightyear?
anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, that's just Mark putting his earpiece in front of the mic again. But one of these days we'll learn.
16 episodes in, he's still doing the same.
He's still doing the same thing. Bro, I get comments from people. They'll text me and they'll be like, how does that show function?
It doesn't. We just go.
I'm like, it's crazy. Oh, but speaking of how things function, I don't know how Team USA pulled off gold in spite of all the random drama and circumstances surrounding
Jeremiah, stop it.
How?
I mean, you clowned around because of the whole Serbia thing, but that Serbia game was closer than it needed to be.
It was a great game.
Was a great game. Fantastic.
The fact that Devin Booker played a critical role tells you everything you got. That's how good they are. That they don't even need great players like Jayson Tatum. That's it.
Yeah, so that's the topic I want to transition into.
That's a good one.
You're like, no, you don't even need him.
Yeah, that's what I want to. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about this. Does the majority of the blame for Jayson Tatum not playing, I guess, let's just say not as much as he should have. I think everyone acknowledges he should have played more.
Right.
Obviously, they won gold. They should have won gold. But I think everyone agrees that he should have played more. Even the Jayson Tatum haters, I guess my category falls into.
Right.
Does the blame for him not playing, but does that fall on the fact that he didn't shoot great in the finals? Or does that fall on the fact that Steve Kerr...
He really? No, Jesus Christ.
No, what are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
No,
you know what he's trying to do right there.
That was good.
I was really. Hey,
I wasn't waiting for.
I'm not mad at you.
I wasn't expecting it.
That's crazy. Do you want me to bring up the stats? I can if you want them. But is it the fact that maybe he wasn't the Finals MVP? It was Jaylen Brown. Is that why he didn't play?
He was the Finals MVP, but go ahead.
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
Just like Trump didn't win the 2020 election type beat. But regardless of what someone wants to think, is it him and his play, or is it Steve Kerr just, kind of displaying the fact that he might not be a great coach?
Oh man,
neither is true.
This guy.
Okay, but you can't have it both ways. Either Steve Kerr dropped the ball.
You can.
No, listen here. Either Steve Kerr dropped the ball.
No.
Or Jayson Tatum is not good enough to play meaningful minutes on the Team USA team.
Look, outside of coaching, Steve Kerr is an idiot. We all know that, okay?
Wait, you just call Steve Kerr an idiot?
Outside of basketball, within the beautiful game of basketball, Steve Kerr is a great coach, whether we like him or dislike him. The guy wins championships. He has a gold medal to his resume.
Oh, does Steve Kerr take those last-minute shots?
Well,
or is that guy. Steph Curry?
That's his guy.
He has to write them up.
Or is that? Oh, he writes them up. That's right. So
yeah.
Everything Steph does is according to Steve Kerr's plan. That's right. Steph isn't just the greatest shooter,
Steph Curry,
an off-ball player of history.
He put the right guys where Steph plays off of better.
Right.
He's smart. He didn't put me on the team.
Right. That
Although
makes total
I disagreed with him not playing Tatum. Hey man, he won a gold medal. You can't argue with the execution of whatever his train of thought was of not playing him.
Team USA won gold in spite of Steve Kerr, not because of Steve Kerr in any remote sense.
Not because of Steve Kerr.
Nope. In no world did Team USA.
Because of Steve Kerr.
Absolutely
or
not.
Jayson Tatum.
They won gold because LeBron James.
I think that's a separate conversation.
No, it's the whole thing. It's
not.
That's how it's what I asked.
Eric Spoelstra would have won it.
Oh, well, yeah. Eric Spoelstra is a way better coach than Steve Kerr.
Hey, why aren't we saying Eric Spoelstra didn't tell Steve Kerr not to play Tatum?
I don't think that happened.
There you go. See?
Oh,
that's a great point.
Steve Kerr just making all the decisions now just because he got the head coaching job?
Yeah.
No, that's not how it works. Bro, Steve Kerr delegates to his guys.
No.
He delegated to Mike Brown.
I just muted his mic. I muted your mic. We're not.
That's crazy. It's crazy. The Steve Kerr hate is crazy.
No, we're not starting these narratives that Eric Spoelstra is why. We're not starting any narratives here on the Three in the Paint that Eric Spoelstra is why Jayson Tatum didn't play.
We didn't say that.
Yeah.
We didn't say that.
You just did, bro.
No, we didn't. We're saying that.
You just said.
You're saying Steve Kerr's end all be all. He makes all the decisions. The other coaches have no input.
Steve Kerr,
that's a lie. No. Hey, hold on, Steve. We gotta get Jay. We gotta get him in.
But you know that's not.
We need him right now.
But you know that's not what happened.
Why not? They're all alphas.
They're all alphas. So did Mike
They're
Brown have
skibbity
no
alphas.
say? Wait. So did Mike Brown have no say with the Warriors' success? As an associate.
I wish y'all could see the pause on his face right now. I
we
wish
got him now.
he's
We got him cornered, and he knows it too.
No, I got a text message and I'm annoyed by it, so that's why. But
the text said
your question,
you're wrong.
Okay. your question is
let me text him. You're wrong.
Oh my goodness. No, you could. There's I can't show the camera, but there's text message notifications in here. So you're saying Mike Brown? We're not even talking about the
All
same
I'm saying.
thing anymore.
You're saying that Spoelstra had no say.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the reason Tatum didn't play
wasn't
not
just because of
Steve Kerr
though.
says Spo, we're not playing that dude.
Yeah.
Sit down.
No, I'm not saying.
Sit down
I'm not,
for you won't stand up no more.
I'm not saying Spo even went to bat for Tatum.
Somebody should.
I'm just saying who set the lineup. Ultimately, who set the lineup?
The whole coaching staff.
No,
did.
the head coach ultimately set the lineup.
We would assume Kerr.
Yes, let's not pretzel this. Let's not pretzel this situation into something that's not. Ultimately, Steve Kerr would have the final say. He's the head coach of the team.
But he got input from his.
Of course, he probably did.
So,
but,
to your point, is that just on Steve, or is that on the whole coaching staff?
But the buck stops with Steve. That's the whole point. It stops with Steve. It's the president.
So don't have it both ways.
The president doesn't go blame the vice president for policy problems.
That's politics.
It's the same thing.
That's politics, though. So don't say anybody else would have won the gold medal. Steve won it. So did he win it or not win it?
I think they won in spite of Steve. Name one decision.
So they won in spite of Steve,
name
but then
one decision.
we can't say
name one decision.
That Spo had some type of input on this.
I'm not saying he didn't. Of course, the whole staff had input into it. But I'm saying the buck stops with Steve, and Tatum didn't play enough.
Maybe it was just where he sat. Like, if you sit I coached before. If you sit at the end of the bench, I might forget about you back there.
That's true.
Maybe that's all it was. He said he was an idiot.
He probably wasn't within his vision of
right.
They got the coaching box.
Well, to be fair, you got KD, you got LeBron.
I'm not saying Tatum needed to start, but
it's their last. It's their last dance.
We did an episode on that too, like who should start too.
Remember, we're like young guys are like start. But the reality is, he gave the nod to Steph, LeBron, and KD because this is their last dance.
And Book, you're just not going to talk about Book getting all those minutes? You think Tatum's worse than Book? Do you think
Book played over Ant and Tatum? So just and
okay,
Tyrese.
Sure, but I don't
Tyrese.
think, but I didn't. Okay, I'm definitely not on the Tyrese train, and I'm definitely not on the Tatum train like a bunch of or the Anthony Edwards train. Like I think he's good, but I'm not like. People are saying he's Michael Jordan 2.0. I'm not on that high on him.
He was amazing outside of the light.
Okay, but this is my problem, and I think the audience will understand this. I think the audience will sympathize with my perspective because you have watched the 3 in the Paint. All these shows. You can't have it both ways. Either Jayson Tatum.
You're having it both ways.
No,
you just said in spite. You just said in spite of Steve Kerr, they would have won.
I can't. We need to do this like presidential debates where you mute the mic. I can't even get the point out before you jump down my throat.
You said in spite. Pause. You said in spite of Steve Kerr.
I can't.
Right?
Yeah, I said yes. I think they won in spite of Steve Kerr. But what I'm saying is you can't have it both ways. Either Tatum is either. Kerr's and coaching staff's decision to not play Tatum is reasonable because he's not good enough for that team.
My God. They don't need him.
Or it was a bad coaching
USA was going to win no matter what.
But you told me, and so many people told me that Tatum should have won MVP. So if he's the MVP of the league,
who would you rather have?
If he
in real life, Tatum or KD? Tatum, right?
Yeah.
So does that make him a worse player because he didn't play on Team USA? Come on,
so why didn't he play then? That's my whole point. If he's better than KD,
that was
and he's better for the team,
because that was KD's last hurrah as a gold medalist,
and he's the He's the greatest basketball Olympian of all time.
Yeah, I mean that seems to be pretty sealed. Yeah, with the longevity,
it's okay to not play when you got Hall of Famers that are arguably top 12.
Okay, but he didn't play over Book.
That's debatable, and I disagree with Steve. We're
not talking about the Hall of Famers. You're pretzeling this whole thing.
But we got to look at the role that Book played too.
The problem is that Kerr is I hate to say this. It's like he's a shooting guard, right? And we go back to positionless versus positions. And then Tatum technically is playing behind LeBron and KD. Like that was the problem, bro.
Well, but who's a better defender, Book or Tatum?
Tatum is.
So why
by the
wasn't he
analytics,
playing?
he's a better defender.
Hey,
By every metric, he seems to be a better player.
Every metric in the world.
So why wasn't he playing over Book?
That don't mean that he's not better than Book.
Okay, then that
He's
means
a champion. Book ain't no champion.
Then that means Steve Kerr was playing the wrong lineup.
I gotta put some respect on Book name. I gotta put some respect on Book name.
This is just this is just a wild conversation.
That's what we're back. That's why.
Why can't it be both ways though?
Because you can't sit here and say Tatum is one of the best players in the game, like a top 2 or 3 player in the game, or the best, like should have been MVP.
He's a top 5 player in the game.
Okay,
sure.
so
he
you
just won a
can't-
championship.
So, and then where does Book fall in that? Like 15th?
I'm gonna get my
Book
Noah.
is 15.
I'm gonna get
Okay.
my Noah Lyles on. If you are, that's a good point. If you are
Noah
15, you said
Lyles
Book,
doesn't even know who
Joker.
Joker is.
I know my guys though, so I'm gonna step above them. But like we say, Book. You said Book was 15.
I don't even know if he's 15.
So if Book is 15, right? It's what 12 guys on the roster or whatever.
Yeah.
He's not going to play. Does that mean he's a bad player?
No, clearly not.
This is the best of
Tell
the
him
best. That. Yeah, same with Tatum.
Okay, are we? But
I don't.
You can't have it both ways.
No. Yes, you can.
No,
So
you
is
can't.
Drew
You
Holiday
can't.
better than him?
No.
Like as an all around player?
No. In any
Drew
sense.
Holiday
better than
and
Tatum?
Derek White played more
No.
than him.
Yeah.
They're not better.
Are they better than Jayson Tatum?
No.
Then stop trying to press this stupid narrative that
I think
Steve Kerr is stupid.
sucks. I think Steve Kerr's a terrible coach.
That's not. I know, but your point is because he didn't play, he sucks as a coach.
What is the explanation to not playing
I don't know
Jayson
that
Tatum?
answer, but
What's the explanation?
He literally played everyone but Tatum and Tyrese.
And what's the expation? I get the Tyrese
gold medal.
move.
A gold medal.
So Tatum would have made it so they didn't win a gold medal?
It would have been the same result.
What Kanye say?
So
the world
dumb. This is
will
so
never
ridiculous.
know.
Okay,
I mean, it is what it is.
this
We will
whole
never know.
discussion, I will give this in this whole discussion. We're just picking apart
You
what
are.
we can. No, I'm just saying
I'm just saying, is Derek White better? Because Derek White played more minutes.
no one's saying
Is
that,
Derek
bro.
White better than Jaylen Brown? Because he got the nod over Jaylen
No,
Brown, right?
absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
No one's saying that, bro. No one's saying that. I'm just saying
You're saying
it's
that
an indefensible position.
because you're implying that he sucks as a coach because he didn't play him.
Yeah,
Well, I can be
because
like,
it's an
well,
indefensible position. Why wouldn't you play Jayson Tatum? He just won a championship.
Right.
He finished top, what was it, 3 in MVP voting?
It's a great question to
4?
ask, right? It's a great question. And
There you
I'll accept you for the question, but to allude that is he not good enough? It's like, no, that's a stupid question now.
Well, no, but
he's
it's-
good
but
enough.
it's- but it's
he
one or
just
two.
won a championship.
But it's one or the other. That's what I'm saying.
Why does it have to be one
It's
or the
one
other?
or the other. And I'm
But
taking
why?
because
But
you
why
can't-
does it have to be one or the
because
other?
You can't
though?
have it both ways.
I just explained to you why you can't have it both ways.
No, but it makes no sense. Either Jayson Tatum isn't good enough to be playing in those lineups, or Steve Kerr.
Some people will
or
say
Steve-
Booker is better than Tatum.
No one in their right
A
mind will
lot
say
of
that.
people will say that. I disagree with those
No, no,
people.
no,
People
I
love Book.
People
don't-
love Book.
Okay,
People will say that.
But he's
nobody
not-
will
but-
say Derek White's better.
Nobody.
Nobody.
People love Book.
So why did he play more over Tatum?
Yes,
Because
no, this
Tatum
is
sucks?
this is so dumb.
You
This
don't
is so
get
stupid.
what we're saying to
I
you
know.
right
I
now.
understand what you're saying. I totally understand what you're saying. You can't. It's like if you had 5 KDs.
But you're acting
you
like
wouldn't
Book
put all
is
5 KDs on
Derek
the floor.
White.
I would.
Like Booker is an all-star. As much as I don't like Book, he's still an all-star. Derek White's not an all-star. So
what's the explanation for not playing Tatum? Just tell me that, and we can move on.
because
to
Book
one
is
of your
still
topics.
a star. Book is still a star. So he felt more comfortable playing Book for whatever reason, and they got him a gold medal. That's simple.
That got him a gold medal. No. LeBron James,
No.
KD,
I'm saying
Steph Curry going off is what got them a gold medal, and that's why.
sure.
And that's why
That's what
my
I'm saying.
perspective is they won the gold in spite of Steve Kerr because none of his decisions seemed
no,
to
but
make
you're all over the
any
place. So
sense.
you're saying because Tatum didn't play, does that mean he's worse? No.
No, I just posed the question.
That don't mean nothing.
There's two
couldn't-
sides of
I'm
the
not
coin.
Saying, I'm not saying it is, but why couldn't that be a great decision? Because he won gold.
That's
why
what I'm
couldn't that be
saying.
a great decision? I'm not saying it is.
Yeah.
because
They won gold.
because
now, if they
no,
won silver.
because
No,
no,
right.
If they
Now, if
won
they won
silver-
silver, I'd be all over it too. I'd be like,
Yeah.
See this,
how
but
come
this
Tatum
is
didn't
where,
win?
but this is where this becomes a higher IQ discussion.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's results oriented, bro. Either you win it or you don't win it.
But my whole point is that they didn't win because of Steve Kerr.
Why not? So did the Warriors not win because of Steve Kerr? They won because of Steve Kerr, Steph Curry, Draymond Green. It was a team thing.
Klay
Thompson, your favorite player ever?
Arguably,
I mean, there's too much hate. There's too much hate on Klay Thompson. That's my thing with Klay. But look, you guys think Steve Kerr is the second coming of Jesus Christ?
No, we don't. But we're saying he's a very good coach.
He's our Pookie Boo.
Yeah, he's our LeBron James. But.
Well, that's another thing we'll never get right on this show is saying Pookie Bear. That's like that's another thing we'll just never get right. But
Pookie Bear.
Okay, we can move on to another one of these topics. I'll let you know. All right. Okay. I'll agree to disagree that you can't have it both ways. I do understand your logic of if you're going to say Tatum didn't play because he's not good enough, you can't say the same thing about White. I understand that, but I think it's kind of apples and oranges. But we'll move on. I want to transition to this. Obviously, Steph Curry had an insane performance in that last game. Honestly, the last two games, but the last game
30,
of the
36. 30
of the Olympic run.
Yeah.
And then obviously what he did in the end there and hitting that insane shot over Wemby was wild.
That picture.
Is insane. Crazy. I posted that picture. That was incredible. Crazy. Does Steph's gold medal solidify him as the best point guard of all time?
Absolutely. He is better than Magic Johnson. He's a top 10 player ever in NBA history. I think the way he changed the game forever. I mean, we got kids shooting half-court shots at pickup games and at 24, like it's like, oh, Steph. Like, you know, like when we say Kobe or like, you know what I mean? It's just, he's just changed the game whether we like it or not. He's a babyface assassin. He's the most identifiable player to ever live because I feel like if you see him in person and don't know who he is, he looks like one of us. You know, so I think from a marketing perspective, you know, being able to identify with him, just it's all the accolades, right, that make you great. Not just basketball accolades, but like LeBron got a school. He has his, you know, fingers in soccer teams overseas. Like as a businessman, and like Steph has a lot of those accolades outside of basketball. And I just feel like what he has accomplished and what he may still accomplish, he's already so good. And that's why, to me, this gold medal solidified him. If there was ever any doubt between 1A, 1B, I think that slightly put him ahead of Magic Johnson.
So I'll have to say I agree with you.
Yeah.
But partially I don't. I don't think this gold medal did anything as far as Steph Curry for me personally as a point guard, because I still don't look at Steph as a point guard simply because we look at this Team USA team. He wasn't the point guard. It was LeBron James. But Steph is literally one of one. And that's what's kind of the tricky thing about Steph Curry. Like, it's no way I could compare Steph to Magic Johnson. Now, do I think he's the better player? Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think Steph, this is where let's get a little crazy today. I think Steph Curry is the greatest superstar to ever play basketball.
That's not crazy at all because you're saying he's positionless, right? Like
not even just on the court. It's just everything about Steph. We seen videos of Team USA walk out and fans are, hey, LeBron, JT, or whoever's walking out, and when Steph comes out, Steph is signing autographs, and Steph
going back to what I just said. He's identifiable with everybody.
He's identifiable. Like Steph is like I spoke with team security before for the Warriors or whatever, and one thing that was interestingly and unique about Steph, he is like when we go out and do we're security for Steph.
Meet and greets and like all those things.
He's like, Steph loves being around fans. And not because it's like an attention thing. I think it's because like unlike LeBron, and it's no knock to LeBron or anybody, but unlike LeBron, Steph was kind of a regular person most of his life.
Facts.
Then when he became this giant figure, he didn't get the big head. He just became this superstar who everybody can relate to, and I think he understands
It's persona, right? It's just
persona. He understands
his humility, like the way he carries himself.
All he cares about is like protecting his family. He wants security around for Aisha and his kids.
Right.
He will go by himself and sign autographs in a pool full of fans or whatnot. So like just things like that. Obviously, there's going to be clips of him, a fan yelling. The one I can think of is a fan yelling, Steph, and he's looking in the stands and it looks like he's ignoring them. They all going to have that. But when it comes to just being an ambassador of the game and
he's amazing.
On the court, off the court, there's nobody ever better than Steph Curry.
So I can see your argument about him not being a point guard. Even I disagree with it, but it's just like I see it. Because LeBron played the majority of the point guard. If you're saying him controlling the ball is a point guard, then I can respect that. Even though I think Steph is a point guard in his own different way.
Right. So, but he's the better basketball player
than Magic.
If you got Magic Johnson, you got Steph. I'm taking Steph every single time.
Right. Is he the best?
I mean, yes, I do think I said it on my story. I talked about it. I talked about it when it was happening. I kind of agree with Mark that like it's kind of recency bias to be like this makes Steph the GOAT. Like you're playing France, who has a couple good NBA players like in the Olympics. You know what I mean?
Just Victor Wembanyama.
Well, yeah, but
Defensive Player of the Year. Stop.
Should have been
Rudy
Gobert.
Yeah, he should have been.
Oh, shoot!
Rudy's
Put some respect on weak ass Rudy's name, bro.
Oh, goodness.
Stop it.
I thought his name was Rudy Gobert.
bro, the absolute
That's true.
Draymond just like skyrocketed on my list this offseason. The level of pettiness, level of pettiness from Draymond to go on his pod and be like, I'm going to go sit behind France's bench and talk about Rudy. And then shows up at the Olympics for that game.
Does that.
The level of petty, man. Draymond, I thank you for those moments.
I knew he was going.
Those incredible.
I knew he was going.
He enjoyed that. He enjoyed that probably more than his own gold medal. Just watching that, bro.
Carmelo enjoyed that.
Yeah, Carmelo really.
Yeah. He was into it.
Good for Melo. But I mean, talk about ambassadors of the game. Like Melo's a great one. I mean, he was highly polarizing when he played, and even when he hasn't, when he's
loved
done,
him and hated him.
Exactly, highly polarizing. But the man is just he's a basketball lifer,
all time great scorer.
Yeah, for sure,
one of the best ever.
But back to Steph. I mean, I don't think necessarily the gold medal made him the best, but I've thought Steph is the best point guard for a while because that's the position he gets put in, whether you think it's the traditional one or not. And look, this is a bit of a soapbox, but basketball across the board is more talented than it's ever been.
Absolutely.
And that's the way that life works. Like our technology is better than it's ever been. Everything in the world is essentially has evolved to a state in which it's better than it ever has been from like a skills perspective. Like our car technology is better. Our tech in our phones and in our houses, everything's better. It's just the way it is. Like you can't argue that the hand crank well is better than the electric well. You know what I mean? Like, and the same goes for sports. Like as much as people want to say, oh, Michael Jordan was the best ever, like LeBron is the evolution of Michael essentially. And I know they play very differently and all that, but and the same goes for Steph.
Ain't that part of evolution though?
Yeah.
Playing a little bit different. Honestly.
Well, no,
but going to get better.
My point is
everywhere, like across the board.
My point is with every iteration, it just gets better. And so, people say, oh, there'll never be another Steph. I don't know. I mean, give it 100 years. If the NBA is still around and the world's still around, there might be another one. Same deal. So in that spirit, I think Steph surpassed Magic a while ago, to be honest. And I think people are just kind of now getting around to it. But yeah, I mean, Steph is an incredible player. Changed the game. He does so many things on the court well, on top of the fact that he's the best shooter of all time.
And the most electrifying player to play the game.
My. Like
he's a walking highlight. Like
did you guys watch the French broadcast of those final few minutes? Just the sheer pain in those French announcers' voices, like Steph Curry, and then it's like, no, they're like screaming. It's
He
tortured a whole country, bro.
We've all been on the opposite end of a Steph Curry
bro.
flurry. Like we
Kings fans, 50-point game 7.
Yeah, I was there in person.
It's painful.
I was in tears.
Everything. I wasn't, but I'm a real man. But
Yeah.
you know, real.
Crazy.
But no, it's yeah, he's the best point guard of all time. I don't think there's a lot of debate anymore. Yeah. I also feel the same way about Michael though. So or LeBron. So I understand people are going to disagree with this take. You can, but like I think eventually people will see it and it'll be unanimous. So it just is what it is.
I'll say this: is it more unanimous that Steph is better than Magic, or is it more unanimous that LeBron is better than Jordan?
I think it's definitely more unanimous that Steph is better than Magic.
Yeah.
Like I think you're pretty split 50-50 I think right now with the Magic or the LeBron Jordan.
Yeah.
I think it's like 75-25 now. Steph. Like you're going to have some guys that are like no one was ever like Magic. You didn't watch him play in person.
Sure.
Like shit, I'm not trying to diminish Magic. I'm just saying like Steph is insane.
I agree. Like I think it's definitely Steph.
You watch Magic?
I watched
That's crazy.
I
You old head over here. You see Magic, huh?
the version I was going to
can't
say.
come back to
The
that.
version I was going to say was going to be bad.
Yeah.
But I've watched old Magic.
Wild.
I've watched old. My
You gotta
first
clip
thought-
that.
No way he just said that,
It
bro.
was so bad.
There's
It
no
was
way.
so bad. But
Stop the recording. Unbelievable.
And I'm Mark's back too.
young
Not today.
Oh my gosh. Be gone, Satan, be rid of you. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Young me
Next
watched old
topic.
Magic. The
Young
Magic
years.
that came back.
All
All-Star game.
Let's go. Next topic, which is top point guards.
Yeah, we're gonna talk point guards now. We're
So
gonna
I came
continue.
into this day thinking,
But editing staff, just keep the camera on Mark this whole time. Just
do your work.
make it uncomfortable for this
so
man.
my first thought was, why is Kyrie Irving not in the top 10 from this new list of point guards, right?
Are we gonna do some? Are we gonna attribute this time?
Yeah, that's
like
what
we
I was-
did with
it
our.
was-
So Hoops Hype came out.
Hoops Hype, my
Hoops
guy
Hype.
Sam
Hoops
Yip.
Hype
I
came
need,
with
some, I need some answers.
no,
Sam.
Frank Urbina.
Frank
Sam had the
Urbina.
vote,
Oh, he did.
so I had to figure out where he put some people.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, the Sam that we were talking to
yeah,
at Summer League. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Shout
Shout out
Yeah.
Sam. Shout out
Shout
Sam.
out Sam.
We
So
know that this whole
Kyrie-
podcast loves to just not credit people for their work. So
love-
I wanted to throw
love
that out
doing
there.
that.
Yeah.
Kyrie was number 11, so I was like, well, that's my topic of the day. Like, he's definitely in the top 10 to me. And then if you look at the list a little bit closer, you're like, damn, like Halliburton is number 4.
Yeah, it's a clown show. I'm sorry, but it's
Tyrese
a clown
Maxey
show.
is number
call him right now.
6.
You should. You call him. It's what is it? It's only
Let's see.
12:30.
He's in LA. Let's see.
Oh, he's
What's
in LA right
Maxey?
now? Maxey's
Maxey
6,
was
I think.
high.
On
So-
this, on this
high.
list,
So I'm just
Tyrese Halliburton is 4. Maxey,
So
Steph
the-
is 5. Maxey's 6.
So the topic here is like, okay, we got some dudes that are young that are really good at basketball, and Tyrese, but I'm just saying, like, there's no way both of those guys are top 5. Like, there are other guys.
well,
in there,
Tyrese is 6. Tyrese Maxey is 6, but
or top 7, right?
look, so
Halliburton was 4.
just for the audience that doesn't have this list in front of them, Hoops Hype has Luke at 1, Shea at 2. I don't really have too many bones to pick there. They got Jalen at 3. I
Crazy.
don't
Steph
know
is
about
3,
that.
but go ahead.
Yeah, they have Tyrese Halliburton at 4, Steph at
crazy.
5, Tyrese Maxey at 6, John Morant at 7, which is crazy. John Morant needs to be higher than that. I'm not even a John Morant stan, but he needs to be higher than that. Damian Lillard at 8, it's too high. De'Aaron Fox at 9, way too low. Fox has got to be like 7 or 6 or something. Trae Young at 10, Kyrie
Kyrie at
Irving at 11. So Jamal Murray 12.
So to me,
you know.
Kyrie is better than Tyrese Maxey. Kyrie, so that right there
I don't know
puts
about
him in the top
I don't know
10.
about that, but
That bro, he just made it to the NBA Finals.
okay.
Kyrie is amazing.
Kyrie
is amazing. I love Kyrie.
Kyrie and Steph Curry are just showtime.
Mute me real quick.
Mute you?
Real quick.
All right, let me mute this man. I don't know which button is mute, but I think that's that. But okay.
Talk.
Let's see who we
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him on
I
first,
muted
but-
him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, go
to
ahead.
me, I feel like Kyrie should be in the top 10, as you said.
I definitely agree. Kyrie should be.
Fox should
Fox
be in
is
the
top
top
10.
7.
I think so. I mean, I
Even-
think you've got Luka, Shea.
Steph has to be 3.
You got Steph. You've got
You can't put Brunson. You can't put Tyrese.
look. You've got those. I think those 3 are the top 3 non-negotiable. Like you can order them however you want. But Shea, Luka, and Steph are top 3 non-negotiable. And then you kind of get into, I don't really care what order you have them in. So you're going to have guys like Jalen, you're going to have Tyrese Maxey, you're going to have Kyrie, you're going to have De'Aaron Fox, you're going to have guys, like Brunson, and you're going to have Tyrese Halliburton, Tyrese Maxey types. Now, I personally think De'Aaron Fox is better than Tyrese Halliburton. I know that's kind of an unpopular opinion.
Is he better than John Morant?
I said that on one of our other podcasts that I think De'Aaron Fox is better than John
was
Morant.
ranked higher on this list.
Yeah, way significantly higher. Yeah, it was 7, I think.
And then Mark sent us a video where Damian Lillard put him in his top 5. And I thought that was interesting.
That was players too. I don't even think that was point
Wait,
guard.
Jaw's top 5 players?
Yeah,
that was players. So
Yeah.
Look,
John Morant.
I don't want to disrespect Jaw, but like,
Y'all, why not? You did
no,
a couple of episodes.
no, I
ago.
didn't. I just disrespected the Grizzlies
Said
because
the-
you said they're
disrespect the Grizzlies.
you said they're gonna be a
Same thing.
you said they're gonna be a
Top
playoff
6.
team.
Ja said they're gonna win a championship.
Well,
this
Jaw.
year.
Well, guess what? Jaw can say whatever the hell he wants. It doesn't mean it's gonna happen. Like, I don't know.
Stretching
Top
right
6.
there.
I don't know what we're talking about. Like Jaw can say
Yeah.
whatever he wants. Good for Jaw. Like I'm glad he's got that confidence. But like
I'm glad too.
I mean,
Top
Mark,
6.
You can say in America,
Mark
you can
needs
say
him
whatever
to
you
have
want.
that confidence so they
I
can
do.
finish in the top 6.
yeah, you're
top
gonna.
6.
Is it pallet or
He
case?
said if health.
Hey, you used to owe me some Celsius. By the
Oh,
way.
I do. Yeah, we need to get that squared away. Is it a pallet of
I
Celsius?
know,
I'm
I
losing to
wouldn't
you.
agree to something that high.
So it's a case.
It's a case. Pallets is- that's crazy, but
I'll get a pallet in here, bro. I'll get a pallet. I'll get a pallet rolled.
How much
right
is
up
a pallet?
I'm sure it's
Probably like $500, $1,000. at
There's
least.
500 Celsius in there or less?
There's probably more than that.
more than that, bro.
Actually, yeah, pallet's probably a
Pallets,
couple thousand.
Yeah,
Is my
I
guess.
was like, shit. Water is like $700.
I mean, it would be expensive, but I'm good for it. So,
So what's more disgraceful? Kyrie outside the top 10 or Halliburton in the top 5?
Halliburton in the top 5.
You agree with that?
It's a cloud show above Steph Curry.
That's crazy.
What are we talking about?
Tyrese.
There's
Yeah, Tyrese.
Tyrese, man. Look,
I love Tyrese.
Look, Kyrie. I think he
I'm
should
big
be.
on Ty.
And I'm yeah. Kyrie should be in the top 10, I think.
Yeah.
But like the biggest disgrace is the fact that
Tyrese is top
Tyrese
4.
is top
That's
4.
crazy.
Maybe
Like
it's a name thing because Tyrese Maxey was 6.
6. Look, I
What's
think.
the Tyrese name.
Well, no,
cool
the
name.
NBA. Look, and being part of one, I know what I'm kind of saying here, but the NBA media glazes Tyrese Halliburton to no end. Like
Yeah.
it just is what it is. We talked about it on a previous show. So it puts me in a position that I have to come across as like a Tyrese hater,
Right,
and
me
I'm
too.
not. It's
I
just
feel like that's what it is.
well,
like,
no, I get it, and
sheesh.
I get it. People can think that, but it's just because of these crazy lists and people saying he's like the best point guard since sliced
The
bread,
point
and like
guard.
I think because he's a traditional point guard.
is
He's an
he?
old fashioned
That's true.
point guard. That's what I think it is.
But and
He
he
leads
wasn't.
the league in assists. Like,
Buy or sell time because we're like against time.
yeah.
All right.
Are we there?
Buy or sell segment. I guess I'll go first because I know you guys aren't
No,
prepared.
I'm
so-
ready.
Okay,
I'm ready.
We'll go with you. Then we'll bounce
I'm
it over
going
here.
straight to Ford. Okay, Ford, you are not test. So I'm selling. I'm selling.
What was that?
I know. I kinda
Stroking
jumped.
out over here.
Yeah, I'm selling the fact that Ford is not as good as Tesla yet. Although I just got the Ford Lightning right.
Yeah.
Their technology is
Flex
not
on
where
him.
Elon.
Flex on him. Flex on him, Leo.
He's not like Ford isn't as
Like the
you know
boat.
like Elon Musk.
Star Wars looking all sound.
1 billion view Trump interview. Like they're not as good as Elon Musk.
Yeah, I agree. I have a Tesla. There's
Right. Your technology is better. Your whole charging infrastructure is better.
everything's better, bro.
Everything's well.
Look, I like the Lightning, but everything in Tesla's better. There just
everything
is.
in terms of the technology of being able to charge it is better.
No, the tech of the actual car is better. The regen braking is better. The range is better.
When he locks the doors, It sounds like a computer cutting off.
That's true. I'll show you that.
Which is weird.
No,
Like,
yeah. Right, which is this one's a better like.
You want a hot take? You want a hot take
Go
though?
ahead.
I do think that the Ford Lightning, everything into account, price, everything, is probably a better truck than the Cybertruck though. I will say
I
that.
think it's a better truck than Cybertruck.
I will say that this one now.
Better.
At some point,
Lightning looks like. But
look,
the Cybertruck.
at some point,
hideous.
the Cybertruck will be a better truck. But right now, price and everything, it's hard to beat the.
I'm
Lightning.
just saying it's a real truck. I
Cybertruck
don't even
mine.
have it like in the one pedal mode because I don't want to get. No, and the reason why is because right now
You still
Hold on,
use
you
your
said-
brakes?
What?
Yes.
Hold on, wait
bro.
a minute. You said one pedal mode.
it says
What?
just one pedal.
What?
Yeah.
This gas guy.
How do you stop?
I'll tell you, it's regen braking. The car charges as you brake, and it
What?
uses the energy anyways.
Yeah.
So how do you slow down?
It just does it for you.
Yeah, it's like have you ever driven a golf cart?
Yeah.
You know how when you let off
But
the
I've crashed
okay.
golf carts before.
How many deep were you though in that round?
Yeah. I don't know.
5
Okay.
shots
Yeah.
deep.
Yeah.
But my
Yeah.
point is, I'm glad that they finally
So you're
signed
selling
the
Ford.
contract.
You're selling
Yeah,
Ford.
so I'm
Okay.
glad they signed the contract with Tesla, meaning that I can go to your charging stations now with
Yeah,
the
it
Tesla
sucks.
adapter.
It sucks. You take our chargers. It sucks.
Yeah, so once I
awful.
get mine in, I'll be happy. But as of right now, the infrastructure is not there, and that makes me just very.
All
it
right.
makes me very.
All right. Well, I'm going to move on to mine. Buy or sell
Give me
segment.
again. Hold on. Let's see what Sam.
Okay, we don't have
who's
much
hype.
time here, so
Why?
I'm muting Mark again. But buy or sell for me, I'm selling Major League Baseball and their random rule changes. Major League Baseball
I hate baseball.
has always been like the little the like this the like
The
long
little
lost
brother.
child of the
Yeah.
family. As Mark yaps away over there on the phone, which is crazy mid podcast. But I'm selling their random rule. They propose a 6-inning limit for starting pitchers now, so you have to throw 6 innings.
That's it. You can't go over.
No, a minimum of 6 innings.
Well, that sucks because now they go.
Well, it's crazy.
Well-
Yeah, the arms are going to be blown out all over the place. And there's some like caveats if you get like getting shelled or whatever, you can get pulled out. But Major League Baseball wishes they were the NFL in terms of like keeping up with what the people want in their sport. They're just not that way. No one wants a 6-inning minimum for starting pitchers. No one. It's just a thing that Major League Baseball is like, oh, let's try this. Let's pilot this out. So I'm just selling the Major League Baseball leadership. Rob Manfred needs to get his act together. He's a terrible commissioner. He always has been. Bring back the good old days of Bud Selig.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm selling Major League Baseball leadership. I think the game's great. I know you don't like baseball, but the game's great. It's in
No,
a
I
good
love
spot.
it. I
Lots
just
of
keep
good
losing
players.
bets, so it's tough to bet on it.
Yeah, it's tough to watch with all these random rule changes too. So I don't blame you on that. Do you think we're going to get a buy or sell out of this man, Mark Haynes over here? Or are we just going to wrap the show?
I got a buy or sell, and my buy. Hold on, Sam.
What is this?
My buy is my guy Sam Yip.
Hang on.
Over at
okay,
Hoops Hype.
you're unmuted now. Go for it.
All right, my buy is my guy Sam Yip on Hoops Hype.
Yeah.
Who he agrees with us. Kyrie should be
in the top 10.
top 10.
Okay, thank you, bro.
So-
it
that's
was just
disrespectful.
how the system. Hold on.
Put him on speaker.
Hold on. Let me see. Would this work? I'm gonna just.
No, just put him on speaker.
I'm gonna put the phone
On
to the mic.
Put him on
speaker.
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 All right.
Speaker.
Boom.
Well, I wouldn't say he's top 10 right now just because of the last couple of years. There's been a lot of durability issues with him.
Oh.
Not reliable. I think there was a couple
Sam.
seasons where he only played like half the year and then not playing for the like majority of years.
Hold on, Sam. Sam, was Tyrese not hurt? Was
He can't
Tyrese?
hear you.
Ask him. Was Tyrese
Hold
not
on.
hurt last year?
So the issue they have is Tyrese Halliburton.
Being top 4.
Well, he was hurt with the same logic.
He's number 4.
What did Sam say?
It was he was like, what? He was like, how is he number 4? He was like,
It's their own
he was like,
list.
well, who's the writer? Who's the writer?
Urbina. Yeah.
Was it Frank Urbina?
Frank Urbina, yeah.
Yes, he looking at the wrong article. It's Frank Urbina.
It's the most recent one. They just wrote
Yeah,
this.
August 2nd. It was
Oh,
like
I
10
guess.
days ago.
Oh, it's like August 2nd.
I'm just saying, just tell him the fact that he's top 4 and he's talking about Kyrie having issues.
So all right, so they have one today.
But why was he top 4 on the one 10 days ago?
Yeah.
Anyways, we gotta wrap the show. I love Sam. Tell him it was a pleasure meeting him in summer league.
Was that
Sam at Hoops Hype, good guy. It's a pleasure talking to him at summer league. But
I'll do it right now.
that list is insane. This has been the 3 in the Paint. Mark Haynes is buying his man Sam at Hoops Hype. It's a good buy. You're selling Ford. I'm selling Major League Baseball rule changes. It's been a great episode. Thank you all for joining. Come back next time. We'll have more off-season episodes coming up, micro content, and we're getting prepped for the start of the NBA season. It's going to be a good one. Peace out. We'll see you next time.